Hi everyone, I'm Lucy Maria. Good morning. Today we have with us Ms. Sindhu Prasad, counseling psychologist from Chirayu Multi speciality clinic, Kasturi Nagar, Bangalore. She has an MSc in psychology from Northumbria University, UK. She's dedicated, multi-talented, more focused on spreading awareness about mental well-being. Today she will help us understand more about prejudice and stigma on mental health in India and how we can overcome it. So, welcome, madam.
Hello, Lucy. Yeah. Hello.
So, doctor, my first question is, what do we mean by prejudice and stigma in mental health?
See, prejudice against mental illness is not just a personal issue, it's a social problem. By introducing mental health education in schools, we can dismantle stigma early, improve empathy, and create an inclusive society. Supporting persons with mental illness is everyone's responsibility, and education is the most powerful tool we can have to achieve that. Thank you for having this session with me, Lucy. I'm happy to convey so many things to the public, and I think it will be very helpful to all of you understanding what is prejudice and stigma in the society. Let us work together to eradicate them. And if you or your loved one suffers with any kind of emotional issues, let us talk. Don't suffer in silence.
I'm going to the next question.
Sure.
What forms does stigma usually take?
Okay. See, there are two forms mainly.
Okay.
People with mental illness may be labeled as weak or dangerous. That's called public stigma.
Okay.
And families may hide the illness out of fear, and individuals may feel ashamed of seeking help. This is self-stigma. So this leads to isolation, delayed treatment, unemployment, and even sometimes violence.
Yeah, so this is affecting the people a lot.
Yes. So in India, nearly 70% of people with mental illness do not get timely care because stigma discourages them from reaching out for support. Families fear disclosure because of marriage prospects or social standing. Sadly, even professionals may hold biased attitudes, complicating treatment.
Okay. Yeah. So, we'll go to the next one. Why is stigma so persistent in India compared to other countries?
Okay, see, cultural beliefs play a major role in India. Many communities attribute mental illness to supernatural causes like possession or karma.
Yeah, right.
So, families often turn to spiritual healers instead of psychologists or psychiatrists. Adding to this is the severe shortage of professionals. Only about 3 psychiatrists or psychologists per million people, and underfunding, prejudice, all this continues to thrive, and all this affects their well-being.
Yeah, India is a very superstitious place actually.
True.
So next is, what are the consequences of this prejudice and stigma for people living with mental illness?
Oh, Lucy, the impact is devastating. Stigma leads to unemployment, homelessness, bullying, and isolation. They do not receive timely care, the people who are mentally affected. It delays and worsens the conditions, increase healthcare costs, and reduce quality of life. Prejudice discourages help seeking and prolongs suffering across generations.
Okay. Yeah. So, how can we begin to dismantle the stigma and remove prejudice?
Yeah, one of the most effective strategies is mental health literacy. That is, educating people about mental health conditions, their causes, and treatments. When people understand that mental illness is medical, not supernatural, prejudices decreases. Knowledge improves empathy, challenges prejudices, and encourages help seeking. This is the first step we should take.
Yeah, and I think it should start from schools, right?
Yes.
Next, whom should we focus to eradicate prejudice and stigma from the society?
Yeah, you said it correctly. We should focus on adolescence. See, adolescence is a critical stage. Children as young as 5 develop negative perceptions, which solidify by age 11. By secondary school, many children already view people with mental illness as dangerous or unpredictable. At the same time, most mental health conditions emerge at the age of 20s, providing children aged between 11 and 18 with accurate knowledge prevents lifelong prejudice and promotes early intervention. Hence, introducing mental health literacy in our education will be our best option.
Okay, doctor. So, what would a mental health literacy curriculum look like in schools?
Okay, see, our mental health literacy, if you are introducing in schools, and of course it has to be introduced, and personally I feel it should include explaining mental illness as medical and not supernatural, as I said earlier. That is the first step. Then symptom recognition and help seeking strategies, teacher training to identify distress and address biases, creative methods like films, autobiographies, arts and debates, and collaborative design involving psychologists, psychiatrists and educators.
Okay, and I think that will be more effective for children, like they are more into all these things.
Yes, see, we are looking at the next generation of change. So where we have to concentrate is our youngsters.
Correct, doctor. Have such programs shown a success in India or abroad?
Definitely, yes. See, in India, studies with rural and urban students showed significant reductions in prejudice even after one mental health literacy session. Students recognize mental health issues as common and treatable, express greater empathy, and were more willing to seek help. Globally, countries like UK, Australia, and Japan have integrated mental health literacy into their curriculum itself with excellent results.
Wow. So, yeah, definitely we can do that here. So, what broader impact could introducing this system in schools have on Indian society?
Okay, so if we introduce mental health literacy into our system, and it should transform attitudes at a societal level. As young people grow into adults, they carry forward compassionate perspective, and this reduces discrimination, improves treatment adherence, and empowers families. Over time, it can influence policy, budget allocation, and healthcare infrastructure. Essentially, mental health literacy builds a mental health literate population, something India urgently needs.
Yeah. So, finally, my final question. This is my final question.
Okay.
What message would you like to leave for the audience?
See, prejudice against mental illness is not just a personal issue, it's a social problem. By introducing mental health education in schools, we can dismantle stigma early, provide empathy, and create inclusive society. Supporting persons with mental health illness is everyone's responsibility, and education is the most powerful tool we have to achieve that.
Okay, doctor, that was wonderful. Very insightful and very knowledgeable also. So, thank you everyone. I hope you all enjoyed the talk, the interview, and thank you so much.
Thank you, Lacey.
Thank you.
I was able to contact and communicate to many people because of you. Thank you so much.
Yes.
And the last message I want to convey is let us talk. You need not suffer in silence. Thank you.
Thank you. So I know that you have so many questions regarding this topic that we have discussed right now. So here, Ms. Sindhu Prasad is here to help you out. You can ask all the questions. She will be answering.